Hi everyone. I hope everyone is having a good week this week so far. Apologize for the delay in getting this up. As I'd mentioned, I am at a conference, so had a speaking engagement yesterday and actually going to be away for the rest of the week. So if you need me, I'm available on email and you can get me via my office phone. I will get those voicemails, but I am going to be out of the office for the rest of the week. But I did want to go over, I'll try and keep this brief this week, but I did want to go over a few of the questions that were missed from last week. The great discussion, it's that the John Q movie is very moving, poignant film. If you haven't seen it, and that's your kind of movie, it's not everyone's kind of movie, but if you haven't seen it, and you think you would enjoy it, definitely take the time to watch it. I think someone had mentioned that it's available on Netflix. So definitely take the time to watch it. Very interesting film, and can really make you think a little bit more about what could happen. Definitely could happen and has happened in facilities when patients are turned away. And one would hope that that doesn't happen. Patient bringing a gun into a facility, but unfortunately that does happen occasionally. So, but I do want to go over the uh, quiz questions, three of the quiz questions from last week. So I just have them here on the slides. First one was, what was the purpose of the first successful cloning study regarding human stem cells? So there have been lots of various cloning studies, etc., that have occurred, but the purpose of that first successful cloning study was to produce lines of embryonic stem cells. And as we learned about in the textbook, the ethics surrounding the use of stem cells and the production of stem cells, there's thoughts both ways from an ethical standpoint. But the purpose of this first successful cloning study was specifically to produce these lines of embryonic stem cells. Now, this week in class, we're actually going to kind of dig more into stem cells, and there's an interesting. Is it this week? Maybe it was last week that we had that video. Yeah, I guess it was last week that we had. I've lost a whole week because of this conference, but the interesting video that with regard to stem cells. So, an interesting topic nonetheless. There's ethical issues on one side of stem cell research, even legitimate, appropriate stem cell research, and then there are also those people that are out there and trying to take advantage of those that are seeking out that legitimate research. So interesting industry nonetheless. So let's see. The next question. Stem cells are specialized cells capable of renewing themselves through cell division, sometimes after long periods of activity. And is this true or false? So that's actually false. The stem cells are all of those things, but it's after long periods of inactivity. So a stem cell can kind of remain dormant until they need to, spring into action. That's the beauty of a stem cell. That's why that's why they are such a something to behold when someone is ill. The stem cell really can spring into action and kind of rebuild the body. So in this case, it's sometimes after long periods of inactivity. So this answer is false. The last question, I'm going to move this up a little bit so you can see all the answers. So what is the purpose of an institutional review board, or IRB? So all of our answers are conducting peer review of proposed research involving human beings, determine if the study was ethical, obtain informed consent from the human subjects, all of the above, or all except C. And our answer is all except C. The top two are accurate. So they do conduct peer review of proposed research involving human beings. They do determine if a study is ethical. They'll look at the ethics of a study, but they do not obtain informed consent. They will examine the informed consent form. They will make sure that you have an informed consent form, but they have no hand in actually obtaining consent from the subjects. They don't have any hand in getting subjects for a study, etc. So they once the study is approved and will move forward from there, the Institutional Review Board is no longer involved, other than to monitor the study going forward as the study continues to move forward and progress. But so A and B are accurate, but C is not. So that gave us the answer all except C. So that's it. Those are the 3 questions. If you have any questions on any other quiz answers or on anything else from this week, just please let me know. Drop me a note, and I'd be happy to answer that for you. And hope to talk to you all on the discussion boards. Thanks so much.